Good morning. This is Jessie Cannon-Wallace, aka Ben's Blogger, and I'm going to do a quick walk around on these two cars for you this morning to give you a visual idea of their differences. They have very different engines and transmissions, so it is not a good performance comparison, but visually it should give you the idea. So on the right is the Mercedes-Benz GLE350, pictured in selenite gray, night package. It has the AMG line exterior, so you can tell that by the diamond studded grille, the 21-inch wheels, and the painted fender flares, so it does have a sporty look. On the left, this is the Bmw X5 Xdrive 45e. It's a lot of name. I had to practice that. So this is a plug-in hybrid version of their vehicle. This is a press car that my friend Ben Wayne is driving this weekend. So if you wait a day or two, you can check out his video on the full technical specs of this. I'll put a link here for you. All right, so visually, most people will have an opinion. You know what my opinion is. So again, on the right, the Mercedes, selenite gray, AMG line exterior. On the left, the BMW is a slightly darker gray. The double kidney grille is obviously something people either like or do not like. It's not quite as big as it is on the sedans right now, so maybe it's a little more palatable. For me, the lines on the hood really stand out. Can you see it's got both power dome, sort of, and then a curving line across the front? For some reason, the similar lines on the Mercedes look a little smoother to me. Both are obviously LED lights. The BMW, for some reason, does not have a front camera, where the Mercedes does in this case. But let's just take a look at the profile. They're similar height, similar size. They're not tremendously different. When I first got in the BMW, it was lowered about 4 inches, and it felt really car-like. All right, I'm going to look in the windows from the side. They both have the macchiato-style interior, so that'll be nice. All right, a big difference for me is going to be cargo area on these two cars. Not necessarily the space, but the accessibility. So, the Mercedes has what I am used to. Power tailgate, of course. And you can see a normal square cargo area, split fold-down seats, cargo cover, etc. It does have hands-free access, so I could have kicked under the bumper as well if I had the key, but I think I left the key in the cup holder. The BMW has a two-part tailgate, and I know this has fans. Tell me why you like it. So it's nice if I were parked on a hill, all my stuff isn't going to fall out, I suppose. But if my pet wanted to jump in, that's an impediment. If I want to reach over and get something, I've now got wet exterior car on me. And then if I lower that tailgate, I'm now, I don't know, a foot further from the things I need out of the cargo area. So for me, just not as functional as the single piece tailgate. Although I do kind of want to sit there and maybe have a picnic. All right, so power tailgate, just like the Cullinan. I wonder why. If I push this button, it closes both portions, which is very nice. And then in the GLE, push the button, closes the tailgate. All right, so that is the back view of these two cars. Again, we are not comparing power and performance, we are just doing looks. These cars do not have the same things on their mind. All right, so let's start with the Bmw interior. Just take it in. What do you think? 2 screens, all the same buttons on the steering wheel. The gear selector is down here. I don't love this anymore. I mean, obviously we're used to it. It's not a big deal. It's not hard to use or anything. It also has the upgraded crystal for those who are into that kind of thing. But I really prefer the gear selector being out of the way and there being more room for controls and things here. The screens look fine. They are angled more towards the driver, so if you're the passenger, you're going to have a little more trouble using this. And then let's take a look at the back seat. It is plenty of room. No argument there. It isn't bolstered very much, though. It does just feel like a straight seat. All right, so then for me, the biggest difference between these two cars is aesthetics on the interior. Rotate. This, to me, just looks more elegant. Everything seems lined up better. It seems like they had a better plan for where all the bells and whistles and buttons go. The two integrated 12.3-inch screens into the one panel look great. The gear selector is column mounted, which just makes sense. When you're driving, that's where your hand is. Works for me. I know if you haven't driven it, it seems weird. Somebody pointed out that these handles can look strange, but when you're using the car, it's a great place to rest your hand. It makes sense. For clients who have a harder time getting in and out of the car, they really do help pull yourself in and out. All right, so again, macchiato interior. We'll take a look in the back seat. Notice it's just got a little more bolstering, a little more contouring, makes it feel a little more custom in the back, a little more comfortable. They both have good legroom. It's fine. The Mercedes has the traditional panoramic roof. That shade is in place. The BMW has, I forget what it's called, the equivalent of magic sky roof. See those dots? They illuminate, look super cool at night, not super functional and a tiny bit distracting from what I understand. But, you know, LEDs are all the rage right now. So visually, the BMW and the Mercedes. I just think there's a little more elegance on the right. I'm going to unlock this door just so the mirrors pop out. I leaned against the keyless go. All right. So again, this is just a visual comparison so that you can decide which one you prefer the looks of. You can check out Ben Wayne for the tech specs on the BMW X5 Xdrive45e. And I know he's done videos before on the GLE for us as well. So go ahead, tell me in the comments, which one do you like? Which one speaks to you? I have lots of customers who test drive both. Everybody's opinions really vary based on their experiences and their needs. I would say the GLE is by far our best seller right now. Everyone who drives it loves it. Being able to get one is a big deal. We do have part shortages. We do have inventory supply issues. So if you see one you like, buy it immediately. If you've got a little time, custom order. It takes about 90 days to get one from the factory. Maybe a little less. It is US built. So what feature jumps out at you visually? Which one would you look at and go, nope, that's a deal breaker? What item is it that works for you or doesn't? You know where my loyalties lie. I don't have to tell you. But I'm interested in your opinions. I can't just go test drive BMWs all the time, so this was a great opportunity for me to see the cars side by side. It's probably been a year since I've been in a BMW SUV. I now feel more equipped to talk about their differences. And now it's time to go sell some GLEs. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Jessie Cannon-Wallace, and I work at Mercedes-Benz of Atlanta Northeast. You can find me on all social media as Ben's Blogger. Thanks very much.